Ooh la la.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the light button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Well, it's all right now because anything you do, well, that's all right. Oh, baby, that's all right.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His charting skills have discovered new entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi Nakamoto's oldest sister. He is the most interesting trader in the world. And today we ask him, what do you do when the market crashes?
I buy more. And I also subscribe to Road Dawg Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to the surprise day stream. The Crypto Lounge here with Dawg. Normally do a stream about 10:30 p.m. every night, just about every night. But sometimes I pop on during the day when we got the time, especially when something interesting is going on in the market that's probably worth talking about. And here's our latest thing after the stream last night, and looking at the markets and doing a few calculations here with the Fibonacci's and whatnot. Put this into perspective of some hopeful support, and I was really looking for this red line because that's very important to us. That's very important to me. That's below this red line is the channel that we just broke out of to get us out of all the stuff with Bitcoin below for the past 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Well, all of it really. We broke out of that area. We broke a trend line connecting the tops from the last cycles to here, and this line represents that. Now it's a shady area, a fuzzy area. I mean, it's not just right down to the dollar or anything. So I mean, we got a little wiggle room. If we can bounce back into it, that's what I'm hoping for. I think that's what we're all hoping for. That would be really cool if this turns out not to be some kind of zoom out weird ass complex head and shoulders pattern taking us down to targets of 70, 77,000. Everybody's starting to look at that now. One thing I want to say about this market, when everybody starts getting bearish, it doesn't always play out that way. So there's a little bit of hope, yeah. Might we be in a range? It'd be a perfect place to fake everybody out. It really would. It'd be so good. Also, we've talked about the possibilities. I mean, if you look at this with Wyckoff theory as this being some kind of reaccumulation or, God forbid, a distribution, should not be a distribution at this point. But a reaccumulation, they like to do, basically, you got a channel. The easiest way to understand Wyckoff accumulation and whatever, accumulation and reaccumulation is to put it into a channel. That's all it is. It's just a big old channel, a little range we're going through. And then basically, in a nutshell, what that theory says is at some point they do something that they call the spring, where they just dump the price like an MFR, scaring people out, and then they pop right back up, and then we go about our merry way. Jump the creek, so they say. This would be the creek. Jump that creek, retest whatever we do, and then eventually break out. It's the same thing that we were seeing over here back in the summer. Oh gosh, what a horrible summer that was. The truly smart people were starting to short over here at 72,000, or taking the signs of this triple top pattern, saying, man, I need to get out of this as soon as I can. De-risk, because she came on down. But this was the spring we were looking at there. You were in a channel, and now this one was more of a falling channel than the little straight ones that we normally associate with that. I mean, you could lay it out that way, but it wouldn't be as apparent. You could, if you're looking at a horizontal channel like I'm trying to draw here, you'd be looking at these levels. So that's really what the Wyckoff channel would look like. You wouldn't really know it until it started developing. You'd probably be looking something like this. Oh my God, what's happening? That was our bottom. Anyway, this was the wick area right here, and that's where it scared everybody out. I remember being terrified. 48,000. I'm like sitting here sweating, because I think my liquidation's like 42,000. So I was like sweating bullets. Don't ever want to get back in that situation again. Ever. That was horrible. Horrible. But we came through it, and then numbers came back, and everything was good again. And golden, by the time we were up here at 108, I was like, I'm happy to take a profit and just never take enough. Apparently, that's a weakness in what I'm doing. I need to take more profits. All right, so that's the situation that we're finding ourselves in. Now, what has happened for the day is that we wick back up above that line. Now, I like that. That's a good sign. I like that. That's hopeful. Will we keep it? That's the question. We've got this 9 moving average that is so close to crossing that 21, and that's all we need to just do a further dump or come back and revisit the areas that we just saw, retest them or something like that. And here it is on the daily. Here we are stuck in the middle of that big fat Ichimoku cloud, sucking us into it like she often does. Sometimes I hate you, Ichimoku. We still not got that cross yet. We still have not got that cross. Is it going to? Until it does, I mean, we got to entertain the possibility that we could snap back and it could do a 180 and we might come back up to some higher areas. Now, I'm not anticipating that we go back up to 100,000 just yet or anything like that at all. My plan right now is to, I'm looking at possibilities to de-risk, since we could possibly keep going down over the next little bit. Now, today is the 13th, and that could be one little hidden side that we might want to take into account. I know not everybody's big on moon cycles or whatever, but they do seem to have a play here with the markets. Tonight will be a full moon, or today is the start of a full moon, that's my understanding, and that could lead to some, usually, and often, I'll put it this way, more times than not, we find that full moons lead to positive price action. Doesn't mean it's going to happen tonight, just instantly blast us off, but you know, we've got that possibility. The signs and everything on here are they're very tricky. I'll be honest with you, it's tricky. I think everybody sees that it's tricky. There's some signs that saying, yeah, we can recover, and some signs, man, this don't look so hot. So you got to come up with a game plan about how you're going to do this market. And of course, with Bitcoin's bleeding, well, altcoins are just falling off the damn cliff. So for a few that are kind of hanging out. So here on the 1 hour of Bitcoin, now we did reclaim that 9 moving average, and that is the first step to recovery. That is the first step. We got 12 more steps ahead before we get back to 100,000. No. Oh man, why do you got to do your 12-step recovery now? Well, I guess it's better than falling off the deep end. But that's a hopeful sign. This wick is really good, and I like that. And it went down to our deep support level. Where did those deep support levels come from? Best I remember, we were taking it for Fibonacci from here. I was doing this for some of those levels, and then also zoomed out into the bigger Fibonacci, which says, well, we could still go down. Oh, was that not you? Was it over here somewhere? Was it you? Well, gosh darn it. Maybe I didn't use the little fib. Maybe I used the bigger fib. I fibbed them out. I did it very responsibly. I checked my work. I just... These areas, yeah, this one. From this low to that high, that whole range that we're in, that's where these levels came from. So, or deep support, and then some bigger ones, and they all correspond. So, we basically got hopeful support areas, which we found ourselves back into. Deep support area, which we wicked down to and bounced out. Cross our fingers, that sticks. It may not. We may just be going up higher, rolling over, coming down to pray to Jesus support level. Pray to Jesus support level starts somewhere around 86,000 all the way up to about 88,000. And I mean, what we could see is coming up, coming down, maybe finding there. We could do all kinds of stuff and come down to FME hard level, down about 83. And then even down here, about 78,000 on through here. Let's go ahead and put this one. Effing give up. Effing give up levels could be right down here. Somewhere between $75,000 and $78,000. And I mean, there's calls to that. If you take the measured move for the head and shoulders, it says that. But the question is, will we do it? Now, one thing I will tell you is that the high blocks and things like that, the market, what is it, that other thing, book map and all that, even your exchanges will show a lot of liquidity just stacked up here. A lot of buy orders down here. Now, this is the question that I'm posing. Who's got enough Bitcoin to actually sell at these low levels to bring it all the way down? Who's going to be selling hard their Bitcoin at $70,000, $80,000, $85,000 to keep selling? Oh, I'm going to take profits now and just we're cleaning up. I mean, it has to be an effort to drive things down, and you're driving prices down into people that are buying. I mean, the orders are stacked all the way from down the FIF given up levels all the way up through here. So I'm curious to see if we do make it down there. I mean, who's deciding to get rid of the, unless you're going to say it's the U.S. government. That'd be the fastest I ever seen the federal federal government move to do any damn thing. So it must be important to them if it is. They must have some kind of ulterior motive. The wallet has not moved as far as I can tell. I think that's available on what is the Arkham Intelligence. The last report I saw that hasn't moved. This is just all from fear. A lot of fear. Just fear can get us dropping down like this at a crazy time in the market. When we go over a period, I'm not even going to bother. Well, yeah, I guess I will. It's just good to see. It's a good reminder just to remember what past cycles were like. And I've been mostly just looking here, at the last 4 year, the 4 years ago here in January. And we did have that big drop, and from the top that we had down to the bottom, that's 31%. Now we're talking about coming from like $108,000 down, and that puts us into that high 70s, low 80s range if we get a 30% drop like we have that cycle. Let's check that back over here at 2017, shall we? That was probably the best ever. 2017. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that was the good one. That was so awesome. That's what we want to see right now. Well, where are you? This was January right here. We went up to 19,000. Oh man, you suck. This one we can't. This is not right. We can't look at this one. We don't. No, this is not within the halving cycle. This was the top, and this was the bear market right here. We can't be looking at that one. That was does not apply. This one in we'd be looking 16 I think is the one I want, and we don't have it going back that far. Well, gosh darn it, I don't have the history on here. Do we have the history somewhere? Show me the history. Show me some history here. I got a chart's got it somewhere. I'll be damned. Well, it just wasn't as hot then. There was also dumps in January 2016. Unfortunately, I can't look at them on these particular charts. Now, where was the chart that we just had? The one that I just lost. This was it. All right, so that's what Bitcoin's doing. She is trying to find support. So I'm just going to, my game plan, I mean, it would be great. This is a bottom of the range, perfect place to get a big entry. We start coming up to 100,000, go to the top of range. I mean, that's a possibility. It's a possibility. Full moon coming. I mean, we could see something like that, but they can't bank on it just wholeheartedly. We don't have the signs on the bigger time frame saying this is a reversal area. These are the signs saying, hey man, things are getting ready to turn better. They're looking kind of sour on the bigger time frames as far as our bigger moving averages go. I mean, the big ones still look good. The weekly, the monthly definitely still looks good. The weekly is starting the indicators are getting tired, and then they're starting to show, ooh baby, getting closer and closer to that cross. Now a cross on this MACD, weekly MACD, is not good. That is usually always a bad sign, and if it does, I'm going to take action because I promised myself that I would take action on this, and I missed it the last time. This was summer when it happened. This was April. It crossed, and then we had all that summer of down. Now, I can't imagine us going through a whole nother summer here in this brand new year of a bunch of freaking down like we had. Oh my gosh. It almost seems crazy. It's about a year ago. We were just now starting to see the market move in January, and it's pumping up and went up through April, and we thought, oh yeah, this is looking awesome. 100,000's coming. It's already almost been a year then. And we spend most of that in drawdown and going sideways. So watching this very carefully, I'll also be watching the 3-day. I think the 3-day is a good one. It's already crossed on there. We need to see her show some other turn around. Save us on the weekly. Here on the daily with the MACD lagging indicator, of course. I mean, she's trying to find some bottom area here. It doesn't mean that it's going to hold. And we could just continue on down. We have another example of something that looks like that. Nothing, kind of like, over here where we come down and then we just continue on it. We don't want to see that. That would suck. But it feels kind of terrible. Sometimes you just need a hug in this market. But at the moment, it looks hopeful. So I think what I was trying to get to is my plan, what I'm doing, and this could be a bottom pattern. It could, looks like a 30 Sanchez is what it looks like. It's like a 30 Sanchez. But my plan is, I honestly, I don't think we're going to get much past, if we be lucky to get past 98,000. I can see us coming up to these areas, 97. I've been saying that. I've been hoping that. And what I am doing is that I'm just going to de-risk a little bit on my Bitcoin. My liquidation on, I've got this on spot margin. My liquidation is like 62,000, but if we start going down toward 80 and 70,000, man, I know I value my mental health more from that. That's what I learned from summer. That started working on me, and I didn't like it. I don't want to do that. I could write it down. That's what I told myself last summer too. I also lost a few positions telling myself that I can work it. We can do it. I've had to work hard to get those things back and get my portfolio straightened back out. I'm not doing that. I'm going to slowly de-risk. So I've got some orders set, every $1,000 up here to Bitcoin. And if we get it, that gives me some more dry powder to work with down here. If we don't get it, if we do start showing signs that, hey, this was the bottom of the range. Hey, man, this is a big fake out. Ha ha, gotcha, caught you. We'll get a retest because the price is not just going to go just straight up. And, if I can buy back in on a retest with whatever I don't get to deploy if we go down lower. So that's how I'm playing. It's going to help me de-risk a little bit. Doing that a little bit in altcoins too. So as we come up, I'm taking enough profits to kind of create a range. If I can I do this? I can kind of put my idea into picture form if you could. As we go up, I'm kind of taking profit, and then as we start coming down. Oh crap, well that was wrong. As we start coming down, so as we go up, I'm selling in hopes that as we start coming down to lower areas, I'm buying, and it kind of offsets things, and it just kind of lets me move my whole risk range, I guess is the way I can say it. I can move this whole little box of risk, I guess you'd say. I can take this whole thing and just kind of move it down with the market, because each time we go up, I'm de-risking, and each time it comes back down, and I'm just using that same old money to kind of keep my portfolio and add to my bag as it comes down. If that makes any sense, that's kind of the approach why I'm taking. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I want number to go up just as much as anybody else. I also wouldn't mind getting cheaper Bitcoin, but I'd rather be sitting on full dry powder for one to go. No, I don't like it. How we doing, guys? Let's check out and say hello to everybody in the chat before we start getting into the altcoin market and seeing how bad we've been spanked over there. We got Brackish Adventures. How's it going, Brackish? Jason, say what? How's it going, Jason? We also got the chat group invite link. I'd like to throw that up there. And join our Telegram community. Board PC guy, how's it going? Tommy, 2 liters. What is up, my man? 505 cult. Hey, where the hell's the turkey head? Well, I thought this face was a little bit more fitting for what we're feeling today. This is actually the original scary face. But everybody loves the turkey, so the turkey's in. Turkey's definitely in. The turkey comes out at night. I guess it would be appropriate though for a little bit more positive. Is this music kind of freaky? Should we change the music? Or maybe skip. See if we can get something else there. Board PC guy, how's it going? I regret calling 77K 2 months ago. 505 Coach, are you an ICT guy? I'm not an ICT guy. I think that's just a way to assign new labels to old concepts. There's nothing new, the ICT. Well, there might be a few indicators that are being used, but the basic concepts, I think they're all just a way to repackage it and sell ideas. Skate Crow 8 says, maybe I'm crazy. I thought a Solana today. I bought a Solana today. Do you think it's wise doing that? I think it's at a good price. We can take a look at Solana. Burns 10. Oh, Burns 108. Buy the dip. A bit more mad news coming. Then we rip. Well, I do think we are in buy the dip season. I'm just wondering how low will this dip be? How low will it be? But the rule of the game is you want to buy when everybody's scared, and everybody is getting scared now. Board PC guy says, I bought some Solana too early in addition to that scalp. I've got limit orders set on the way down. I'm catching things on the way down, but I'm doing it with spot margin, so I've got a cushion that I'm working with. It's part of my spot margin plan. This is how I build bags, but I do catch them when they come down, but I've got to I got to be cautious because you can go down so far and I'm like screwed. So, but I do buy a little bit every time we come down. We got SPL. How's it going? Asking for Polygon. Duality Crypto says smash the likes. Thank you for that, my brother.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I think I'm going to have to start doing some incentives for the likes, especially on the live streams at night. We have to do a $50 giveaway for 50 likes or something, and every time that we get 50 likes on the stream, I can give away $50 or something. I don't know. Can we chart SD? Yeah, we sure can. Hey, Bobby, let's see. Are you the one that mentioned SD to me on this late night stream? Because somebody mentioned SD, and I pulled it up, and I like what I had on the chart, so I got a position of it. Just letting you know, and it turned out to do pretty well. I haven't checked on it to see where it is now, but it's one of my spot plays that I'm doing. 505 Colt, do a breakdown of XRP. Is it breaking down? And H-bar. Let me scroll on down and see what else we got. Glittering Marshmallow, how's it going? Early shows always feel like a bonus. Yeah, they are a bonus. Hey, there's Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Joe was streaming earlier. Joe's got a busy day on Monday. I think, how many times you streaming today, Joe? At least three. I think maybe 4. On his channels and then other channels. Jason says, set a limit buy at 145 for Solana. Not a bad idea. From what I remember charting, looking at the charts last night or whatever, that was a possibility. Yeah. Like button smashed. I appreciate that, brother. So this is Pray to Jesus support level. Oh my gosh. F me hard level. And I effing give up on crypto down here at 75. Those are the levels of support that I'm just kind of watching. But I was pleased to find we bounced so far temporarily. Maybe it's the bottom. Who knows for sure. But what I like to do is I like to look on the bigger time frames at the indicators and things like that when we're in situations like that. Do we have any signs that she's ready to rip up to the top? And no, we don't. We don't have anything. We don't have the bottom signs that, this is it. We're ready to go. Not on the weekly. 3-day might have some hope. We don't have a bottom momentum wave going on here showing up. It's probably working on it. Give that one a week or so. Here it is, the bottom momentum wave here, money flow coming down. Stochastics are buried. That's a good one. I like that. Now they can stay buried while price just keeps tumbling, so they're not the most accurate indicator as to if you've reached a bottom level or not, but they are a good indicator for momentum, like when a move's starting to happen. Oh, that's like when you see the stochastics bend up and get past that 30% level. Yeah, that's when that's when you're stepping on the gas pedal. That's how I look at the stochastics. It tells me when this market's starting to step on the gas a little bit. Also buried on the 12-hour. I like the 12-hour. Look how deep this little sucker is getting. So Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin. And we're just sitting there hoping that this wick means something, because a lot of times it does. I had one mentor to call it for big wick reversals. And I mean, it's a thing. It doesn't mean it doesn't always have to be a reversal, though, so we can see, because you had, look, that big wick. Ooh, that looked promising. There's also the saying, what gets wicked often gets candlestick. Now that's the flip side of the big wick reversal theory. Oh, you got slapped by that big wick down here with a big candlestick. Well, look at that big wick. That was good, and it was good for short term. And we leveled out, and like, wow, this looks like we're bottoming off this level of support. Looks great. And then all of a sudden, they decide to rip the Band-Aid off and say, ha ha, fooled you. So, I mean, it's a good sign, but we got to see some more happen. Being above the 9-moving average, that's good. So there's lots of good little short trades for short longs, short-term long trades that might be playing out here. This... And of course, on the bandwagon, when we get a dip, everybody's, some of the mentors I see, they have a habit of wanting to set up a short trade down here. This is shorting support is the worst idea ever. That's why I'm not trying to do it. But I've seen us up a couple of very proudly talked about trade setups, which did not work out, but. For big shorts here at the bottom. I mean, there's a reason for it, but I mean, it's tricky at support. The only way to support this is after you get a bigger time frame candle close below this red line, and you can see here if you did that, if you immediately shorted beneath this red line or this area, most people have the same area listed. I mean, we can fake you out, stop it out, and all this other stuff. It's not the best. Shorting support is not the best places. The best places to short are at the tops. And I got to give a shout out again to Brackus Adventures for the awesome short that he took when we were over here at 102,000. When we had that little triple top idea, we saw it in smaller time frames coming in as triple top. We're talking about and everything. Was it that one? And this one over here at 107. And I was shorting there. I'd opened up a short and I planned, I want to take this down here. And I'll tell you what, I just didn't have the patience for it. Brackish did. Now that says a lot. I remember canceling out my short. I guess, was it here? I'm pretty sure it was here or over here. I think it was here. This was the triple top, right? I think it was on the smaller time frame. This is 6 minute where yeah. So it's on the smaller time frame, and it should, but I couldn't hold the conviction to hold it because I mean, if you're going to short a top, you got to sit there and watch price go back up and go down, and you're sitting there and everybody getting bullish, calling for higher prices. We're going to 108, and it's a flag to the upside, and you're at a resistance area, and it should go down and all that, but you got to fight the psychology, and no, I didn't do it. Brackett did though. He nailed that. That was awesome. He got a good short there. And that's what you got to fight with, is that psychology. And that's what gets you. That's what screws you over more than anything. It's not so much the price action or the market. It's how you perceive it and what you think. And if you let yourself get freaked out about it, and it's easy to do in things like this. So, all right, let's start looking at. Let's look at some. What we needed to do is look at total 3. So we looked at Bitcoin. And she could go up and roll over and come back down. That's just the truth. And same thing here for altcoins too. Altcoins, if we're looking at this channel, which is honestly, I don't have enough touches here for me to, well, we got this top over here from this line. It's a good idea for us to hold as support, but we're back in that area. If I were to identify this as an actual true channel, I think I like this line better. Now, you might consider that the midline for the overall channel. But that's the one that's got the most supports and most touches. Let's see, we're here on the daily, and when we get in a situation like this with these kind of symmetrical triangle looking shapes, I cross them out, and I find that they respect these. They keep on respecting the trend lines as either support or resistance, and that's just been the best way I've found to play them so far. So total 3, we're still finding support on this trend line. We're still on the positive side of it, and we could still come out of this okay, but she can ride this down a long way. Now, if she breaks this, oh man, there'd be a faster move to the downside, and I don't want to see that. I would rather see her just do a slow burn through here and try to regain these areas, but there's no guarantees. But I will point this out. I will still keep pointing this out, man. These bigger moving averages that I've added on here, and on these bigger time frames, 4 hours, just a bigger time frame. A mid time frame, I would consider a good one. 800, 600, and we lost the 360. But I mean, the momentum is still there for up and to the right. The momentum is still here. We are just we're getting our correction, and it's turning out to be if you zoom out, it's really not that bad. If you do zoom out, the correction is within reason, but it's not fun to go. It's just not fun to ride out. It's not fun to be on the wrong side of it or anything. I mean, if there's people shorting and they've been shorting and the die hard shorters, I'm not seeing very many of them. Well, look at my 10 shorts that I did on all these altcoins. We're just nailing it. I mean, theoretically, yeah, but I hadn't seen anybody do that. I would say, balls to the wall, man. What can I learn from you? I would probably pay a little bit more attention to them. But my general rule is I'm not really looking for shorts in the bull market. And I definitely don't want to screw up my positions at this point in the market in January 2025, right before where we should have up only season just right around the corner. Right around the corner. So altcoins taking a hit. Let's see if we can determine a few little levels that we can look for. It's suggesting that we might come down and find a little. We bounce down there and we come back a little bit, but we could still go deeper. 895. Very good one. Very good one. And then this 886 area. That's usually as deep as you will go if you're going to make a higher low. If you're working on making a lower low, then we still have to start looking down here in these areas. And that's where Lucy's hanging out and the 800 moving average is hanging out on the 4-hour time frame. That would suck. That would be our much deeper retracement. Could happen. Sucks if it does. I find this interesting. We got the golden cross here. 50 crossing that 200 moving average. And then right around, we got the death cross just a day or two after. Thump, thump, thump. Fall going to hell. Personally, I like the fact that we still have the 100 and 200 moving average above price, and we can in the 50. We're well below even the 9 here on this time frame, and that gives me hope that we can at least come back up for a retest in these areas, even if we roll over and go deeper. So there's opportunity to de-risk, and I guess what I want to point out, if you are looking for de-risk opportunities, or if the market's making you nervous and you're saying, I might need to do something or else I'm facing liquidations, or if you're looking at stuff like that, what I want to drive home is like, don't get scared and start selling at the bottoms and thinking, oh, we're dumping hard, and that doesn't usually happen. What usually happens, you'll find support and you'll get some temporary relief. And then as we get those relief, if you feel the need to start de-risking, that's the better way to do it. If we come up and roll over, and then you can de-risk from your positions and then come up with a plan to buy lower or just sit on your dry powder for a little while until we finally figure out what this market's doing and we get the indicators that, hey, this downward trend is going to change. We have nothing saying that this downward trend is going to change just yet, except for maybe these early signs that we see with this big wick, and there's just not enough there's no confirmations yet. No confirmations yet. It's too risky to say, I'm going full on long right here. You can, but you know, have your stop losses ready, have your negative game plan ready in case it decides to roll over. Kind of my takes on the market right now. Let's start getting into the altcoins. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana, where would we want to take it? I like KuCoin. I don't know when the last time is I looked at this particular chart. So let's zoom the freak out. Wick to well, I'm just going to take it candle bodies. I trust the candle bodies more than I do wicks. Going candle body to candle body, and right there we are sitting right on top of a candle body. It's holding there. The 21 weekly moving average is what we're trying to test here. Maybe wick down to the 50. And so far, I mean, when you're looking at the weekly, it looks okay. I mean, it always sucks to drop back down, but it looks like it's just a retest of this breakout area. You broke out of a big ass channel idea. Same situation for Bitcoin, except for we're going up and to the right instead of down and down and to the right. So there's a chance. Ichimoku Cloud looks good. All right, so this is on a weekly, man. Nice move up above the 9 moving average. Lost it, retest the 21. That's normal to happen. Deeper retracement, 50 moving average, bounced off of it. Whew. Below the 50 on a weekly, and I'm like, oh, no, you got some serious problems. We need to take you to the doctor. Something's wrong. We got to get x-rays or something, figure out what's going wrong with you because something's about to go bad. So 50 moving average, especially on the bigger time frames, weekly, daily, especially on the weekly, we can bounce off in that area or not even hit it and bounce off. Bounce off the candle closes off this 21. We can catch these areas at 176, so that's cool. I'm all for that. Now, breaking back below this trend line, I would start getting nervous. That we could. Oh my gosh. Let's look for. There's definitely some bearish divergence here on this weekly time frame between this point and that point. Definitely see that. The MACD on the weekly on Solana has crossed, so. Wow. I mean, you've got to pay attention to that. You've got to. This is it on the 3-day. Just trying to catch support. Still trying to figure it out. Now, this is interesting. The bottom here and what we got over here. Now, we lost this, and this has come down. We got some. I call it, this is divergence on the MACD between the histogram and the moving average. There, so I find that interesting. I find that sometimes you can find some local support that way. So maybe we'll get some local support here. We need to on Solana. Else we break back into this. Let me get rid of this guy. Let me get some of these old ideas. Well, that's actually a good idea. I don't know how strong that would be from that angle though. Solani. Look at that beautiful cup and handle to the upside. And it could be. And that could be a cup and handle. For real, for real. Just doing its old retest, and it might retest the old handle. Trend lines tell me, man, every trend line says we're at a point that we could bounce. So we got those ideas to look for. I guess let's just fib it out. You didn't do anything there. From here to here, we touched our targets. I didn't have that one. I should have put that one on there, and I didn't. Gosh darn it, you suck, Road Dog. The old -27. It's my little cheater code. Let's take that whole and count the information. This is at a 382, another great place to bounce. If she can bounce here, she's looking good. If she doesn't, oh man. The 618. We're going to go start. Is it time to start going back to 618 retracements now? I thought we were beyond that crypto market. I would thought we were at 382 area. Now you're going to go switch the game on me? How dare you? Woo! Now I gotta ask myself for some popular YouTubers that were, talking about getting in Solana at these areas, and kind of wondering, didn't cross your mind to take any profits when you got up to $230, $40, $50 from there? When you doubled your money, you didn't think about moonbagging or anything? You just wanted to ride the roller coaster? I can't, but I mean, I've got positions. I'm technically riding the roller coaster. Here's another great example of why it can find support, here around 170. And it's been making higher highs. It's been holding steady lows here, doubled, testing those areas twice. And now we're making a higher low. So this would be your higher low, higher highs and higher lows. I mean, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing for an uptrend, and technically she's still in this kind of a channel. Kind of a crappy channel. She's getting a little weak over here. She didn't quite make it to the top over here. Now, these rising channels technically are bearish. I gotta have a touch. I'm going to cut through there. But they will stay in these channels, but normally at some point they break to the downside. I mean, if we want to go by the straight TA, I mean, it could say, "Ooh, if we lose these areas, then we could be dropping down to $45 Solana again." I mean, at this point in the market, that's hard to digest and see that happen. Remember, I'm on the 3-day chart too. It would take a while for this to play out. We don't necessarily have a while left for all this stuff to just play out that way. All right, so let me come down to some smaller time frames. That's what we see on the bigger time frames, telling us that, hey, we're at a good area. We can find support. Coming down to the daily here on Solana, we're at the 200 moving average right there. 100's above it, 50's above it, 9's above it, trying to cross over there, over that 100. And the 9 moving average is hanging around $200 right now. I think we can get, it suggests that we might be able to get a bounce up here. Might have to wait a little bit for it to happen, but. And then here we are on the hour, and like Bitcoin, we got that big wick. It's starting to look like, you know, they pushed us down enough today that we could get a little bit of a relief rally. And so the question is, how far will it go? Will we roll over when we come back up and face resistance on any of these? So for Solana, we'd be looking about $185 to $190. Or do we have enough to get up and make a higher high, kind of come back for a higher low, and then start trying to work our way out of here? And, you know, and still we could come up to these other areas, Fibonacci areas, and then we figure out if we're going to range or if we're going to come down lower. So good signs right now. If one of you said you bought a Solana at 170, I think that's pretty dang awesome. That's almost nailing the bottom. That's basically nailing the bottom right there. So I would say good job. We're above the 9 moving average on the 1 hour. That's good. You technically have a breakout of this. And so to play this on like a small term time frame, or just to play this leg we had here from 192 all the way down to 168, that candle body went right above our 237. That's beautiful. So congratulations, you bought it at 170 or thereabouts. So you bought in the sweet zone where everybody's looking like, man, I wish I'd bought it 170. And that's where you are right now. You bought in the sweet ass zone. And it suggests to me, I'm going to put it as a range, that we can test this area. So I would be looking for a red set. Are you like Stisik? A retest area right around 183 to what we got, about 188. It could go higher. There's an 886 area up there. It could be. Oh gosh, let's go ahead and include it just in case. That's at the top of the range there. Well, that just gives you a big old range. So I'd be eyeballing those areas for some stronger resistance. And we are in danger of rolling over there until we start getting some better confirmations. Again, I do really like that wick. Let's take a look at Polygon. Like I said, that would be Matic. I guess Coinbase right here would be all right. Oh, I don't really. Oh, look at that beautiful cup and handle to the upside. Oh, it was at Adam and Eve. You know, these have a 90% chance of busting out to the upside. I've heard that. I heard that 2 weeks ago. That's all you were hearing. 90% to release the bust to the upside. They got a good chance of breaking to the upside. They do as a bottom. I mean, they're a bottom pattern, but yeah, there's something called a confirmation and breakout. Those are kind of important things. That's part of the pattern equation right there that seems to be forgotten about a lot when it comes to calling these things early. And now we just end up to being it can also, I guess we can also say that it identifies a bottom range, can't we? And we tested that bottom range. We came right back down to it. That's exactly where we came back down to. Retested it. This could be the bigger double bottom scenario if we're hopeful. Let me zoom out because that's the best way to look at this market right now. Zoom out. Ichimoku cloud, all nice, thick, and biting. I like that. I do like that. This is for Matic. Matic's down at 42 cents. She wicked out. There was the low that we had back in, when was this? November 4th was 28 cents. So Definitely need to mark that little guy. That kind of corresponds with what was this? Is 30. That was a little bit lower than what we had over here in June 22. So we did make a lower low there. Let's get rid of all this now. Bearish megaphone, which went bearish. No surprise there. That's what they're supposed to do. They're just fun to play until they decide to do it. All right, so how far down could we go? Nice. Let me tighten this up. So it looks like we were knocking on the door of 272 back in November 4th. We may possibly come back and revisit this 1313 area right here. So I want to move this down. I mean, this one, that first white line was our current support area. The bigger picture says that 39 could come into play, and that's not too far from where we are now. What I do like about this on the weekly, 9 moving average cross bullishly over the 21. That's not going to undo anytime too soon. It's going to take a lot of downward price action, like get just down to like 15, 16 cents for that to cross over and everything. This one's actually got some more bullish signs than not. All right, so we did that Fibonacci from the bigger move just to kind of see if we're in bottom territory, which we are and have been. Now we'll take a look at this guy. And now from here, we got confluence of a 786. So I'm running with this little guy. I'm actually going to color code him now. So this is a 113 and a 786. Both of those make nice little bottom area. So I am leaning toward that. If we lose it, then we got this other area that I already have a trend line on. Deeper retracement at 34. If the market gets real crazy, could be looking at that. If we get dumpy, if Bitcoin decides to go down like $70-something thousand, I mean, we could be looking at 15-cent Matic again. And it sounds crazy to talk about that right now or something like that, but remember, this is weekly time frames. This would take weeks. This would take months. And that's not where we are in the cycle. We're not in a bear cycle. We're in the bull cycle at the fake out stage. And that's what the 9 moving average is saying. I think they're trying to fake you out. All right, so now I'll bump down to the daily. Look at that blood diamond on the daily. It's over. It's all over. It's not the greatest sign, and definitely did give us a nice bleed out. So my call is either we hold here, 44. I'll paint that one orange. That's that. I could hold 39 or possibly 34. Testing this area, that where we are right now is just a retest of our breakout area right there. And that's normal for a channel breakout or a fallen wedge breakout, however you wanted to define it. However you wanted to define it, a fallen wedge or a channel. They're really kind of like the same thing for real. This is where we kind of cross our fingers and start saying lots of prayers that we can turn things around. But here on the daily, though, look, 800, 600, and the moving averages have flipped. They've got work to do. But they've been flipped for a while, to be honest with you. They have been, it's not nothing new. They've been flipped for a while. And what we look for is when they flip like this and when they get spread out. When the moving averages start getting spread out, then we start looking for a bottom. And then you'll start seeing the smaller moving average, the 9, the 21, and the 50 all start to get together and start crossing each other. And then that helps us start to figure out a bottom for that. We've got that. Do we have that going on? That's going on here, even with the 100 and 200 right now. They're kind of getting together and starting to cross. So technically, the main 5 moving averages that I used, 100, 200, 50, 21, and 9, they've officially crossed bullish. It's flipped bullish, even though price dropped down below all of them. I take that as a good sign that that we can at least try to come up to 53 cents, 50 cent area, somewhere through there, maybe higher. Ichimoku Cloud suggests maybe 58. Oh, this is also Monday in the market, known as affectionately as Fake Out Monday, and we can come back Tuesday and they can be bullish again. Whether it's temporarily bullish just to give us a relief rally, or bullish enough just to, screw this. This is just a big ass fake out. We just scared the market. We're gonna rip it. I don't see signs of that though. I think the relief rally is more of what we're seeing signs on the charts so far. Let's check out SD. This is Stater. Coinbase has got it. She's been doing good. And I've been in this one. I forgot where I got into it, but it was, I would like to say it was here. I cannot remember. I can't remember. It was in a thing, and I thought, oh, that looks like it wants to do something. I just know it's a lot more than where I bought it. I just can't remember where I bought it. I have to look that up. Swing low to swing high. We're respecting the 618 so far. Let me take the original impulse move into consideration here. Bounce off the 618. She got rejected off the 272. That seems normal. Weird ass trend line. Better ass trend line. I like that. It's respecting it so far. We got out of our little danger zone, so that's cool. So we cleared our 236 and we're finding support that I found that helpful. You're in the middle of the cloud. We got the red over here. I don't like that, but the moving averages are saying the moving averages are looking good. Just retesting the 50. You got the 21 crossing over the 50. This is on the daily. The 9 is up here. That actually looks a lot better than some other things I've seen. This is Stater. It looks like she can catch some support here on the trend line and this 236 Fibonacci. Let's draw a new Fibonacci and let's pretend that we've got bottom. And you're still above that one too. Well, price is below this one. Price is in danger zone on this one. 618, 154. That'd be an interesting target. She goes for a higher high. I'd look for that, but if she loses this, well then that would suck. If she loses it, we could be looking at 54 to 67 cents, but hey, she's not lost it yet, and I'm not seeing the signs just yet. Let me come down to the 4 hour. What do you look like on the 4 hour? 360 she might wick down to that area. Or wick down to where she's been before. A little suspect here, but it's still not bad. So I would watch this and see if we can bounce back in here. Otherwise, if we start closing some of these bigger candles on the 4 hour, especially on the 4 hour beneath this trend line, then you can expect some downside. Gosh darn it. If only I could draw a fib without drawing a line. Short term, let's see if we can catch, if it breaks it, let's see if it will find some support here at 99 to 105. Not saying she's going to do it, but if she does break it, that's the first place I'd look for it to catch a bounce. Then, you know, you can work on de-risking or those strategies from there. If we bounce back up for a rally. The market is scared. It is definitely scared right now. What's the fear and greed? Let's take a look at the old fear and greed. I guess I could have just went to be typing it out. should be able to go to Coin Market Cap, shouldn't I? You should tell me if you're in green. Yeah, right here, 47. We're in the middle. We're in the yellow territory. So we're everybody's just trying to feel it out, figure it out. But man, how things have just been in the red. Everything red. Squeeze at 448. It's holding on pretty good. Chainlink at 1850. What a bargain. Polkadot hanging in above $5, above $6. That's kind of interesting. Wonder how long that's going to last. Uniswap doing pretty good at $12. Litecoin hanging at 95. That's better than 75. Pepe still hanging in there. 1612. Near Protocol, you suck near 454. Let's go to $8. Still waiting on you. Aptos, you're at $8. That looks like an interesting place for Aptos. Internet Computers on sale for $945. Aave's on sale for $268. Monero is doing actually good. It's at $202. She's not really been affected that much at all. Go figure that out. MantraDAO's been holding strong at $370 in the $3 area. BitTensor under $400 now. Filecoin under $5 now. And there was Caspa. What was Caspa? Caspa, where you lost you, Caspa. Caspa, where'd you go? Adams at $6 again. Oh my gosh, for real? Caspa hanging around $11. Still waiting on that 23 cents. Or Caspa at $11. That'd be awesome. Caspa at 11 cents. All right, let's take a look at XRP. Do a little bit more of a deep dive on that one. Or deeper look on XRP. Look at you, XRP. Shoot, looks to me like you're holding strong. You dipped back in, bounced off the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, and then went back and straight back to your breakout area. So now we take this trend line, we add it here. Look how well that lines up now with those angles. Well, that was a measured move. It's not a trend line. Let's get rid of that. That actually looks kind of promising to me for XRP. It does. I'm on the 4 hour. Let's zoom out a little bit. Daily looks promising. Check out the 3-day. 3-day is crossed bearishly, but it's very shallow. Weekly, just feeling a little drawdown. XRP is looking strong to me. I mean, this is the 1 hour candle close above, broke out back above the breakout. She just came back and tested what, the bottom of the pattern? Amazing. Usually when they break back into the pattern, I mean, they go to the bottom, but a lot of times you see them base, if they're bearish, they break out to the downside. And she said, screw this, I'm going back to the breakout. My goodness. So XRP, this may be XRP cycle. Makes sense since we got the institutions involved and it's an institutional play. Ichimoku, this XRP looks really strong. It does. It looks really strong. Where's she going? I got 355 and 438 as some good targets. It's still in play there. And let's look at H-bar. Oh, we got a super chat from John Hill. Says, Road Dog, appreciate you teaching us dummies. Oh, I'm not teaching dummies. I'm teaching future millionaires. Thank you for the super chat. And I look forward to the day you say, hey, Road Dog, we made it. Yeah. That's going to be the day that I do the big celebration on this channel. When I see all you guys coming out and say, made it, man. Got that life-changing money. May not be $1 million, may only be $100,000, but whatever it is enough to change your life, what you're working with. And that's what I want to see. Hello. And the next cycle, I'll come back with a fade trading group. No, I'm kidding. Maybe I can get a real $24.99 a month footsie fan club. XRP. Oh, we're still in XRP. We're looking at H-bar. That's what we're supposed to be looking at. But thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the fans funding support. Whether it's, buying a Tangem wallet next time you need a wallet, or, using the exchange links or anything that you do to help support the channel. They say the exchange links help. I'm still waiting to see that result. Tangem helps. That helps. That helps pay for the TradingView subscriptions. H-bar, are you losing your 50 moving average? Getting into the cloud. Looks like a mess. You got the old little symmetrical triangle shape looking there that I hate. I say clear it off. We're gonna have to take a look. Renew our interest in H-bar. Zoom out. Oh, well, here we go. Well, to know where you're going, you got to know where you've been. And that makes perfect sense. Well, we would not get above that on our first go at 37.38 cents. Pretty confident that's a top. Now we can do our new Fibonacci. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. You're at a 382. That's awesome. If this can hold, this is on the weekly. I'm on the weekly. You mean tell me we've been holding this weekly level 382? We've been holding that? That's bullish. 9 moving average there. If we lose it, it's going to hell in a handbasket. It'll probably come down to 15, 17 cents. But if we can keep it, oh, you've got a big ass move that's possible. Up to our 618. Squares up and everything. 61 cents. I mean, it's not going to be a straight shot. Don't get me twisted. But that's if we can bounce off of this area. On the weekly. Let's go down to the 3-day, see what you look like. 21 moving average is starting to creep up there to give us the support that we need. That's cool. This is actually, I mean, I would actually call this a possible flag pattern. Oh my gosh, I'm not a flag to the upside kind of guy. Unless they really fit my parameters, and so far this one is. We're dipping into that green Ichimoku cloud. How nasty is that? I bet it stinks and smells like farts. But it's leaning to the upside over here, so that's cool. There's no red showing, and we could bounce off of that. Hopefully, I'm on the daily now. Moving averages 8, 600, 300, 200, 150. That looks beautiful. That doesn't mean we can't come down and touch one of them. If we get, Bitcoin dumps or anything, we can just come down and bounce off of a 100 or a 200 or something like that. This is our original angle. Looks like we got a channel. Yes, it respected it there too, so that's an INF. I know there's nothing in the middle of that channel, but we got some angles going on that it respects. I don't see it really anywhere else though. I mean, you can put one at the top and you say, oh look, we're finding support. Until one day it doesn't. I find this interesting. What I was going to do was I was tracking this one right here. We lost that, and then we got a bearish retest. So, I mean, we can lose this area, but if we hold it, that looks bullish, and we've been holding it for weeks and weeks and weeks. That's amazing. But these flags, if they can break down. If you break down, where do you think you'll go? More than likely, this 618. If we're going to get a deep retracement, we're going to get a deeper retracement. And that's where we start coming in that 17.5, 18 cent area. So I'm going to put these. Well, that wasn't it. feel like TradingView is not showing my lines the way I want to show them. You did. Why didn't you? Oh, you did. Okay. You made a new one. Is that what it is? So I'm looking at these, very weak support idea areas to see how price interacts there, but would love to see it bounce off of here. It could. 4 hour. What are you looking like, 4 hour? You finding anything to tell me that you're getting ready just to blow our minds? No, you got the death cross on the 4 hour. It's a shallow death cross. She's finding some support. We just got to give them some time. It's a higher low than what we had over here anyway, lower than what we had here. Look at that complex inverted head and shoulder bottom pattern at a top to the upside. Well, like with most of the altcoins, we're just going to have to be patient. Let me come back to the chat and see what you guys are chatting about. There's Bobby. How's it going? William Marshmallow says, if they had a love button, I would have smashed that too. Oh, thank you. That's cool. DXY is currently smoking meth. Yeah, they need to slow that dollar down. Joe Biden waits till now to get a strong dollar. What the hell? What are you doing, Joe Biden? Bush on Parade says, yo, dog, and everybody. Word PC guy. Meme coins are too front and center to drop that far, but I'd be okay with a revisit to $45 for a little while. Obama Melis. Hola, ¿cómo está usted, señor Rota? Hola. Bienvenidos, mi amigo. Yo, my dude, hope you and everybody's doing well. Can you look at Secret? Yeah, I haven't looked at that one in a minute. I've got a small position of this staking. I think I've had it since last cycle. It was one that's like, I mean, when I say small, it's like kind of still small, under 100, probably still under $100 small. Just was in there staking. I tried the DeFi on the Secret, and man, I'm so sick of DeFi right now. I find in DeFi, they always change, you'll get a pair and then there's something up, you think you put your money in there and you can let it do what it's supposed to do. But no, we got to get a new pair. We got to change the way we do pairs. We got to change stuff. Everything's always changing, and I was always getting screwed somewhere or the other on DeFi. So I quit playing DeFi. I think I still have a few pools on Osmosis, but I mean, I took the majority of my DeFi out. I was like, I'm sick of this. I got some on WanChain. I still have some on WanChain. That's working out all right, but let's see. Secret. Found a good chart here. KuCoin looks. Oh, that's against Bitcoin. Secret against the dollar would be good, or against Tether, or I guess we got to start getting used to USDC. I'm going to have to switch my Tether dominance to USDC dominance, since I think the Tether dominance chart's going to be obsolete for what we use it for, or have traditionally used it for, because, well, they're trying to get Tether. They're trying to get Tether out of the picture here in the US for some reason. They want USDC. So 4 hour, I like what I'm seeing for support. Looks like it could be catching there. Let's zoom out a little bit on Secret. Look at all them X's on Market Cipher A. I turned that one on so I can see blood diamonds and the X's. I forget about it until somebody says, hey man, there's a blood diamond somewhere, and I'm like, oh crap, I do have that indicator. Maybe we should turn it on every once in a while. Those blood diamonds are kind of ruthless sometimes on these bigger time frames. So I just see a big descending channel, which is technically very bullish. Seems to be well respected too, if I can just copy it successfully. Yeah. Oh, that's respected very well. And it looks to me like it could possibly be forming a partial decline. That's what we look for with these patterns, where they'll kind of level off and then they work on a breakout. Ichimoku Cloud supporting that idea. We're on the weekly time frame, by the way. She lost the non-moving average, which kind of sucks, and it could roll over underneath that 50, but she's finding the support on the 21. That's cool. Let's just go ahead and break out our fibs and see if we're at an area of support. She lost to 618. Might she come back down? And I'm on Bitcoin. This is against Bitcoin. My bad. This is not the chart I'm supposed to be on. But for Bitcoin, it's looking a little bit promising. Secret against the dollar. That's what I thought I was doing. Glad I caught that. We'll just go with no, Kraken probably won't have it. Binance would probably Binance would be your best bet right here on Binance. Oh, look, and we've already targeted it here. Okay, on the weekly. Tighten up my fib. We made a lower low down here. Back here all through the summer. I can't. That's too high to go up there. So this was March 2024. This is one we should probably be going with right here. So this was the sweet spot accumulation zone through here, and we left that in November. Got above 33 cents, and we may be retesting that 33 cent area. That's one of the biggest things I wanted to see. Went up to the 886 area. Rejected. Get rid of this boxes and stuff. All right, so I think I got see what I need to see here. Let's go to smaller time frame. On the daily, 800, 600, 300, 200. That's not good. They're on the wrong side. But they've been on the wrong side, and price did all of this while they were flip bearish. So that signals that we're trying to turn around, and you can see all the other smaller moving averages breaking out above them. So that's good. We're trying to get a ribbon flip going here on the daily. It's going to take weeks and weeks before it probably actually does it, but it's showing the signs of flipping the ribbon. It's already, when we take the bigger ones off. Where are you, bigger ones? When I take the bigger ones off, then you can see the 5 moving averages that I normally use, and they flipped over here. On December 7th, they flipped. The band flipped. So this is bullish overall. It's bullish on the bigger time frames. So trend line wise, ooh, did you break it? Oh, she's wicking below it. Now if she catches back and gets back into the trend line, that's super bullish. If she starts making candles under here, well, then that's kind of suck, and we'll go down a little bit lower. More than likely retest this area about 33 cents again. Let's see if we got some confidence for that for this move. 786 coming in at 30 cents. We lost the 618 area for this pull. I like this target at 30 cents, which is not far. It's a dime away. If we take a bigger dip down, I like that one for a possible support area. I'm going to go ahead and draw this little zone here, and it goes to our steeper retracement down to that 886. Because we don't know how bearish that we're going to get over this next week or so. And even when Trump comes to office and we're more pro-crypto, we still don't know what's going to happen for the next 1 or 2 weeks, how the market reacts and everything. But generally, we probably expect, the market will feel a lot more confident once we get a business-minded president instead of a backdoor-minded president into office. And hopefully this president will set precedents for all future presidents, because gosh darn it, we need a good negotiator in there. That's one of the things I like about Trump. He knows how to negotiate. And that's just what the other politicians just don't freaking understand. I think a lot of times when he comes off with this crazy talk, it's part of his negotiation strategy, man. You got to knock the people off balance. You don't want to go say, oh man, I love your car. It's the perfect car for me. I would been dreaming to buying this car. What kind of deal can you give me? What kind of discounts can you give me on this car that I've been waiting all my life? I've even got all the money in my pocket right now to buy it. What kind of deal can you give me? That's not how you negotiate. You go in and you kick the tires and talk about how crappy that piece of crap is, and how you had one before, but the transmission kept falling out and it was nothing but a pain in the ass. You talk dirt about it. You talk about how you saw another car just down the road, cheaper, had less mileage on it, looked a little bit better, didn't have all those little dents on it. You point out every damn thing wrong about it and throw in some wild ass ideas. I think about driving a motorcycle. And matter of fact, I might just switch over to motor. Whatever it needs to be to get to get your negotiation in the process there. You throw them off their game. I like that. He knows how to do it. Do it more. Scare the shit out of this world. Make them. That's what makes the other leaders respect him, because they just don't know exactly what the hell he was going to do. That's what we need. That's what we need. We don't need a what do we call those? A yes man. A yes man president answer to that deep state bureaucracy that's been in there since the damn 1930s, really, 1940s and 50s. We stored the Nazis and the communists and put them in their government offices. Project Paperclip, go check it out. You thought we punished those war criminals? Hell no, we promoted them. Wonder why we're so messed up now. Oh shoot, you're going to get your channel banned. When Putin, when Tucker Carlson was asking, or was talking to Vladimir Putin over in Russia, and of course, our United States government just freak out over it. I commend him for that. That was ballsy. We needed that. That was good. Putin said that fighting against the neo-Nazis in Europe and abroad. That's what he's talking about. That's exactly what the hell he's talking about. They're saying Nazis. We gave them a new life. It's just that we call them by different names now. We took the worst of them and assimilated them into our government. We did. You can't deny that. It's there. And now we wonder why we're off target for things. Well, I'm not saying it's all Nazis, like there's a big Nazi agenda, but a lot of that ideology and stuff just pervaded over the years. Handed down. I don't know. You got a better explanation? Sacred Network. Let's see if we can get something going here. Let me go ahead. Let me throw these ideas. I know we go over some of these charts and they just get lost in memory sometimes, so I like to come up and put them over in trade setups just to document them a little bit when I can think of it. Let me jump back to the chat, see what you guys went down our little list there. We've been going for what, an hour and 23 minutes? That's probably time to close this stream out, to be honest with you. GPU, let's check it out. Node AI, right? How's this one been doing? This one actually done a lot better. I think I remember maybe it was when this one first came out. Maybe that was it. Because I think Jordan Cameron, he was talking a lot about GPU. And it's just like it tanked or something. And I just quit looking at it. Wow. It's actually done pretty good, hasn't it? I thought it was just going to be like I thought maybe it was a fake coin, a vaporware coin, a copycat coin or something like that. But it looks like they must actually have something going on. Because that's pretty good price action. I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice little rounding bottom there, scallop, and rounding bottoms do stuff like this. We like rounding bottoms because they can lead to those parabolic moves. So far, that trend line is heavily respected, except for where we're wicking through it right now, but we wicked through it before, did just fine. Let's see how you played out. Oh, snap. You almost went to 236. Went past the 2. You must have been a 0.5 retracement somewhere. Were you? I don't see a point buy. I don't see it. That's not a point buy. That's a 886. Doesn't have to be a point buy, but often find the point buy retracements lead to a point two quite often. She went over a point two. All right, I'm just talking nerd stuff, nerd fibs, nerdy fib talk. Not crazy about you losing that 618. Don't know that she's coming. I don't know that she will do this. She doesn't have to. You still got a trend. You still got a trend line. We just got to drag it down to the wick. See this? See how I respect that angle right there? We took it from the candle bodies, just put it down here to the wick, and so far it seems to be kind of respecting that angle. A little below may not be the perfect angle. Yeah, give it. That's pretty dang close. So that's like the breaking that. I'm going to get nervous. But we wick back up. The price is actually up here. See, that's just the wick. Price is actually up here at 125, right? So that's good. I guess we can put you back where we had you then, huh? At the candle bodies, right where price is right now. So we got a chance. I like that. 52, I'm looking at the moving averages. They're trying to come down. It's going to be shaky. I mean, she bounces off of here. She's going to go sideways a lot. It's probably most likely what we'll see. All right, 4 hour. What are you saying? Look at all those X's. Manipulation. It's manipulation. We got price, got the 200, the 100, and the 50 still above it. We could get back past that 9. Can you do it? Can you do it now? Do you want to do it? You're above the 9 on the 1 hour. We got promise. I'm not liking this cloud though. The cloud looks like it wants to roll over. I was going to be honest with you. Cloud looks like she wants to roll it over. Looks like she might want to be coming up and trying to do something like this. What are we watching? The Node AI, GPU, Node AI. But yeah, I might see something like this happen and then work our way back down to here. That's what the Ichimoku cloud is saying. I hope it's lying through its teeth. I hope it breaks back above this and starts coming back up to these areas. Because I would like to see 146 or maybe even 170, but it's trying to tell me that maybe 90 is going to be in the picture and maybe this guy over here at 69. So there's a possible rollover idea going on. But we'll throw out one more little target right here that might make a difference. So for these areas, I would just look to see if we can catch the support at some of these areas, especially this one, that 108 that I'm putting on here. If she can catch some support here, she might make a bear trap and then, you know, come back above this trend line. But a possible rollover. Oh snap, well screw you, Road Dog. I just broke back into your pattern. What? Say it ain't so. Yep, I just did. I just popped up. You're at the 15-minute 200 moving average. We might be watching this in real time. But can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Get back in there. Close the candle above there. Tell me this is a bear trap, baby. I would love it. If it is, then we could look at 146 for freaking real. Yeah, this would be like the old bump and run pattern Thomas Bukowski talks about. The old bump and run. Probably worthwhile just to go over here and look at one. Bump and run, reversal bottom. Looks kind of like a little frying pan sometimes. Like a little, I don't know. I think of one of those lacrosse sticks or something. It's got the little pouch on it. So we might be looking at some of these ideas, bump and runs, and they just come back up. And he rates it as is the overall performance rank 1, best out of 39. This is his best performing pattern. Thomas Bukowski, the bump and run. And we could be looking at a bump and run pattern, and basically what it does is take you up before 147. They just their target is back up where they started. Best performing pattern is what it's supposed to be, the best performing one. I'm just saying, let's see if it happens. Will it happen? Bump and run me, baby. Bump and run me, no AI. On a small time frame. Let's see if it plays out. Ryan K says, one more week, just be patient. That's what I keep telling myself. It could be a little bit more than 1 week, but yeah, I keep saying to myself the same thing, Ryan. I'm looking at my spot margin portfolio and I'm like, stupid. You're down. Because that's part of the psychology. You remember the highest price that you ever saw your portfolio at, and then now you're looking at one of the lowest prices, and you're like, where did I go wrong? We could be living high on the hog with that money that I'm down. I mean, that's what it feels like. That's just part of the game. But it also tells me I got to do a lot better taking profits. I need to take bigger chunks of profit when we get up. Overall, I'm looking at my total where I'm at, and I'm thinking, well, I'm still close to where we were at the top in what was it, March, April, May. I can't beat myself up too much. But still, from where it topped out at, where I saw it top out at, yeah, I'm down. Shoot, I'm down just 15,000 today. I'm like, you got to stop this. My positions are all taken care of. They look healthy so far, unless something crazy happens. John Hill says Canada's scared. Hey, there's Jeffrey Stonecipher. How's it going? I'm in Owodi. Can you look at Solana? We did look at Solana earlier. You might just want to back up. I spent a good time on it. I think it was the first one I looked at was Solana. So that's about an hour and a half ago. I got to wind this one down. Ryan K says Polyswarm. NCT. Coinbase has got it. Polyswarm. Zoom out. Oh, nice. Look at that pump up there. Went up to 10 cents, almost 11 cents there. And that was about a week ago. Parabolic move, then down and sideways. Man, those parabolic moves. If you haven't caught on to the hint just yet, yeah, it took me a long time to get it too. So no. It takes several times of getting your ass handed to you when especially if you're buying these green candles going up, because we're breaking out to the upside and you get to hear all this stuff. If you're not getting paid on that way, those parabolic moves, ooh, this is what they do afterward every time, man. They give it back. They go and they reaccumulate. This one's sometimes they're not as severe, but it's usually a lot like this. So, man, anytime that you see the altcoins taking off, and it's so hard to take profit, especially if you're new to the market, you're thinking, but it can still go up. It's still going up. It's ripping off now, man. Look how much I made. It can double from here. And you're like, you get caught up in all the. It's just greed. Greed and hope. It's hope and greed. Hope and greed are very similar, I think, at least in crypto, because I remember last cycle when I was playing this game and all the trading and trade. And, you see everybody else posting their wins and talking about, man, they're making all these gains and they're bragging and showing everything. And I'm like, I'm seeing gains, but I'm not seeing the mega gains like everybody else. I guess I just need to hold on longer. And then because if we double from here, I could probably feel it. But right now I'm just thinking that's good, but it's just not awesome. And everybody else leads you to believe that their gains are so awesome. Hey, hold on. I would hold on longer, and then there you go, lose it. But I was like, I wasn't really feeling greedy. I was just like trying to make sure. I felt like I was trying to make sure I was doing it right, not selling too early. Is what I was telling myself. But no, I guess it was a form of greed. That was a weird lesson to learn. I was greedy when I didn't realize I was greedy. Had to redefine my definition of greed. Yeah, 41.5 cents. Looks like she could be a coming. And this is on what, the 4 hour? 10. I mean, really, when you pull a fit from here, this is honestly, let's just cut through the chase. You got to look at these guys. You got to look at your 886, and you got to look at this whole range. she'll start catching here, but then something will wick down in there. So you're looking at 0.33.41. Could seriously be on this area, could be on the radar and just dipping down through here. It may take it a while, round out, and then we have to work through. I do like the 200, the 4-hour time frame. 200, 150, they're in good alignment. Cloud looks nice and thick. What say you indicators? That's cool. I mean, she can roll back over and then come back up. So, how are you doing on RSI? See, I would take this as breaking the RSI. So I could see the more downside, but well, she's. And we did draw a trend line, right? Yeah, she kind of lost that. So I read this as a bear trap that we broke up into, and then we didn't get past our areas we needed to. Possibly breaking out of that trend line. I wish I could get, I guess we can go ahead and add this, and still, if we do that, yeah, we can do that. That's a little light over here, but it's still there. But it shows that's a better trend line to follow for it to break back into. If it can get back into it, it'll look good. But it also says we closed a candle, clear a candle below it, so looking kind of suspect there for these lower areas. Maybe a slow burn there. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, taking one last look at Bitcoin. We're at 93,000. Nice. See? Nice. That's not saying that it's over. I'm not saying, but I'm saying nice as it gives me opportunity to de-risk. And I said earlier what I'm doing. I don't foresee us getting past 98. If we do, cool. You know what money? What little? I'm de-risking a little bit of Bitcoin every $1,000. Basically, that's how it is. And anticipating that if we do start seeing these lower areas, 80s, higher 70s, if it happens, it may not happen, but it could. It's a little more likely to happen than not happen at this moment, so we got to be cautious. But that's how I'm playing this right now. Now, I would love to be the one saying, yeah, I'm just going balls to the wall, buying all the Bitcoin I can here, because that would be I would love to be saying that right now, but I don't have the conviction that we're going back to 100,000 just yet. I don't have the conviction that we won't see lower than where we are, than that 90,000 that we've been flirting with. It's perfect sense in the market that could play out. This could be the fake out, and we're going to start just going crazy. It could happen. But I'm not seeing the signs. I don't see the signs to tell us that we've got a bottom in just yet on these indicators. Not on the bigger ones that we need to see it on. But maybe I will play it, and that's a great place to pick it in. I think Jason Casper even got orders. He had a limit order sitting over here. I was watching him a little bit earlier today. If you're looking for day trading, range trading, smaller time frame trading and stuff like that, Jason's your guy for that. If you want to be a day trader, he's got a good system with the range things. But I wouldn't chase any 1 minute flags to try to do your day trading. That's the Casper strategy is much better than the flag boy strategy for day trading. Let's just throw that out there. So we must break above about 98, and we got a 200 moving average here on the 4 hour. 4 hour is a great place to track this. I like this, actually. This to me is a bottoming pattern, and we're at a level of support. And let me explain that idea. I'll have to find it over on Bukowski because I finally found it over there. But I call this a bridge pattern. He doesn't call it anything, but you come down to a bottom, you come out and it rolls over, and then we bounce from these areas. It's kind of like a dirty Sanchez. Are we getting a dirty Sanchez? It might be a dirty Sanchez. The angles in this one, my goodness, we might be looking at a dirty Sanchez bottom. So I like what I'm seeing. This looks really positive on shorter term time frames, but again, we just gotta, if we clear these areas at 98,000 and start heading to 99, I'm cool. All right, maybe we're going to make a higher high. It's in the picture. We could make a higher high. I would love to see that. Love it. I would not be sore at all. I'd be so happy, even though I'm de-risking on some of my Bitcoin, because I know I can still get in under 100,000 and still add my bag and work some things out. Right now, the 4 hour is looking good. You got the green dot, so we got some relief coming. We just got to keep monitoring it and see where we're going to find some resistance. and play it from there. The fake out, make out Monday. I would love to come back tomorrow and see them just busting us up here for a higher high. That would make my day. Even with everybody's calling for lower lows and 70,000 and everything. It's on the table. We just don't know. We gotta be cautious, but gosh, it looks like we got a nice little relief flare coming in for at least for the rest of the day, for a part of the day. We're not going to drop just right down the next hour or two down to 70,000. We're probably good to come up and get a little relief for a while, and I like that. Takes some of the fear out of the market right now. That's what we need. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tonight, 10:30. Regardless if it says 10 o'clock or whatever, it's 10:30. I took the wrong time in last night. 10:30 will be my nightly stream. We'll go over mostly altcoins and just have some fun with it and see where we are in this market. Thanks for hanging out, guys. All 16 of you that I see. And I'll see you tonight. Sean, take us to the end screen. Or take us somewhere comfort.
Crypto bull run, taking its own sweet time. When there's ever gonna move, portfolios are dripping red tonight. Feeling down our stormy in our minds. They say that buying red days can make us millionaires. One bullet cross is all we need. Sometimes trading this market ain't always what it claims to be. Bitcoin, I'll hodl you. I'll forever DCA into you. I'll forever hodl you, Bitcoin. When you trade crypto, and when the market starts to slide, labor hands drop as prices go down. Where's the high market rebounds? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in crypto right now, you are missing out on one of the biggest opportunities in your life. Hit that like button, join and subscribe, and enjoy Road Dog Crypto.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice, ice.